U2TV Preseason show. We're here with Coach Grasso. Coach Grasso, man, tell us, how's it feel to start the season after winning the sectional championship?
Well, first of all, thank you for being here. We appreciate the the coverage and everything for the kids. You guys do a great job, and we really appreciate you thinking of us and coming to the gym and giving some guys the exposure that they deserve in Section 2. Thank you very much. Obviously, it's a very exciting time around Niskayuna for our athletic programs, and coming off the first sectional championship since 1978. Really exciting. There's a buzz around the program, and the kids are just eager to get back out there and start this thing over and see what we can do again here.
All right, so what are some of the things you got to change? Guys gunning for Danny, gunning for Olsen and Gilson. Are you putting any changes in, or just do what you do?
Yeah, I mean, every year is a new team, so we're going to see what our strengths are, see what our weaknesses are, and we're going to play to our strengths, and we're going to try to work on everything on our weaknesses that we feel like teams are going to try to attack, and make the most of every opportunity. We're learning every day. The season is upon us right now. Like, we had a really short preseason. We had a nice game last night. We started out really well, beating Cardinal O'Hara pretty soundly. So that was very good for the kids to get some confidence and some positive and some really good playing time, and show what we're capable of doing for this year.
Now, talk about Danny and we talked about it before, man. The stuff he does on the court just amazes me sometimes. Just talk about him, so the people who don't know him, haven't seen him play, tell them about him.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is watch him play one time, and you just recognize how talented he is, how much he does for our team. He's just a great kid. He's a great leader by example. Vocally, we're working on it, but that's everybody. That's every young kid trying to learn how to come up, and you play as a freshman, and we're trying to command. Listen, you got to take charge of the situation here. Even you are a freshman, it's okay, right? You got to learn how to be a vocal leader as much as lead by example. So I think those are some of the things that last year he really took that step forward, and it really got our team over the top, because they got along with the seniors so well. We gelled so well, and then this year, it's going to be the same thing. We got a lot of faces that have been around each other and played a lot of games with each other, and Daniel's he's just the leader of our program, and like I said, if you watch him play, you just see how talented he really is. It's one thing to be talented, it's another thing to be a great basketball player, okay? He's both of them all wrapped into one. So.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. Now, Olsen, we saw him the other day as well. His bounce has gotten crazy, jump shots getting more consistent, attacking the basket, handles got improved. Talk about him for a little bit.
Brady's done a great job this offseason. He's a worker. That's the thing about these guys. That's what they do. They really work at their craft, right? You hear it all the time. You got to work at your craft. You got to put your hours in and stuff. They really do it. They take care of their bodies. They work their shot. They work their skill development. They work on how to play the right way. And Brady is he's an all-around guy, right? So he's going to stuff the stats every game. It's going to be rebounds, assists, steals, right, blocks, and his points will come. That is what it is. But he has taken that step athletically. He has taken that step mentally, and I think he's ready for that leadership role too. So we're looking forward to Brady's going to have a very nice year for us, and I'm excited to see. As you could see in the game last night, not many times you take 3 dribbles down the court and hammer one home down the middle of the lane. So that was impressive.
Yes, it was. Now, before I give the mic, the coach, talk about Gilson. I know he got injured in football. Talk about his development as far as the season after the injury.
Yeah, no, Ethan's he's fine. He had obviously a tough football season to deal with, physically, mentally. He got injured and then came back, and then had a couple little setback things. Nothing major, obviously, but for him it's hard. You miss half your senior season. It's emotional, right? That's a tough thing to overcome. So we're working on it, and he's back. He's feeling good. He's feeling great, and he's eager to get out there and show what he can do again. And he's a great leader, and he's a huge part of our team. Obviously, just from what he provides from a leadership standpoint, an offensive standpoint, he plays as hard as he possibly can, and that's the expectation level. So, not having him last night it gave other guys an opportunity to see what they can do, and it was really good because we're pretty confident we know what we're getting when Ethan's on the court, and it's great things. So we're going to build on it, and he's going to have an amazing senior season and take more of a leadership role and continue to build on his legacy within Niskayuna athletics.
Yeah. Coach, what went into the decision to put the ball in Olsen's hand? I can see why, but what went in the decision? Who thought about it and putting ball in his hand on the fast break? Because I see that's what you guys are doing this year. I like it.
Yeah, so Brady and Daniel, just the two of them together, we just feel like gives us a little bit of an advantage. You have two guys that can push the ball in transition the way they're capable of doing it. We can't slow down. So if Brady gets a rebound, he can bust out and go, right? And now you hit Daniel at half court with one guy to beat. Okay, thank you very much.
I'll take that.
Right? So I think that's kind of one of the things that we've looked at. And also just, Brady has taken the step. Obviously Daniel's the point guard, but it's nice to have another option that can initiate the transition, initiate our offense, and maybe it allows him to play off the ball a little bit because he's proven he can score the ball. So, it's just something that, hey.
I like it. I mean, you got a 6'4" guy coming downhill at you. You can see over the defense, can score at the basket, a willing passer. I mean, that's a great asset to your team to be able to have that.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Brady just provides that for us, and it's only going to make our team better.
Yeah, 100%.
So you can't really get locked in on one dude at this point.
No, it's not even close. So speaking of which, the emergence of Brady, this is no slight. You can handle however you want. No slight to last year's team. You won the sectional title. Right. But the emergence of Brady almost has me saying you guys are more formidable even than last year. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's so early in the season. Obviously, you like to think, hey, we're going to be, if we are capable of what we're doing, we play to our ability, we have a chance to be right back in that position again, without a doubt. There's no question. I don't like to compare last year's team, the year before. I don't usually do any comparisons. I love to see what this team can evolve to, right? I really do. I'm excited to see what this team can become. I know what last year's team became. It was amazing. They hit their ceiling, and it was good enough for us to win a section chip. And I think it was good enough to get to the state semis. We fell a little bit short with a couple, one little minute 26 laps. That probably cost us a chance at a state title run. But that fueled the guys that are coming back. That motivated them. That was everything that I needed to see. Was that little bit more. There's more out there for them to accomplish, and we'll see. We got a lot of work. It's a long season, and there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of competition out there, man. But
yes, 100%. Now, what I will say is this, Coach. Now, this is a two-part question.
Yep.
I'm glad I'm not late to the party, because when you first took over, you was one of the coaches I liked, and I know I like you as a coach now.
Yes.
Talk to me about building the program, right? And what would you say to new coaches taking over a team to build a program?
Okay, so I mean, building a program, obviously it's about your culture for your program. For me, I was fortunate enough where we have great kids, great families, and we had buy-in, right? So they wanted to be great. These kids wanted to be pushed. And that's how I coach. I am going to coach to get the most out of you, whether it's the in-season or off-season, whether it's a team or an individual. That's what my goal is. And that was kind of my program. One of the other things that I really thought was a huge part coming in was preaching about being happy for other people's success. In high school athletics, it's very easy for jealousy, envy, right, to creep into your mindset even just a little bit. It's natural, and I understand that for 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, that is natural. That was one of my main goals, was to make sure that the mindset was you are happy for your teammates' success. And ultimately, that will lead to our team's success. So that was maybe the answer to the second part of your question. For young coaches coming up, I would say, be who you are as a coach, right? But also take into account that, you have to see the whole picture, right? You have to see the whole picture of what you're building. What are you focused on? You can't just be focused on your group of 12 kids or 10 kids that's in front of you. You got to be focused on third grade up. It's a full-time job, guys. It's a full-time job.
And you only make 10 cents an hour. You do the math. You do the math.
That's a raise. That would be it. But no, it's been great. It's been all worth it. I obviously, my family's all in the district, so like we are all in on this, and it's been a great support from my wife, obviously my kids, support from them. Her family, my family, it's been really good. So I think you do need a great support system at home for young coaches, and then just be who you are and work.
I gotta say, Cole.
Oh, okay.
Now, since you talk about family, your son,
yes,
the great football player, great wide receiver.
Thank you.
Houston got hurt. He had to play quarterback.
Yeah.
Talk to you about that transformation and trying to work through that.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an adjustment, obviously. Having Cam have to move from wide receiver to quarterback. It changed the dynamic of our team. I thought he handled it great. We played some really tough teams when he was at quarterback. We won a couple, we lost a couple. But it was just great to see him kind of have to step into that leadership role and mature. And hey, the expectation level doesn't change, right? Just because somebody went down, our expectation is to win. So I think that was a good learning lesson for him as well.
Yeah.
But thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate that, Keith.
Do me a favor real quick. Just tell the audience a little bit about your path, like when you play high school ball, college ball, and how you landed here ultimately a little bit. Just give us a little blurb.
So I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, football, basketball, baseball. And I ended up going to Rhode Island for football. I had some opportunities in baseball. Basketball probably would have had some opportunities as well if I had decided to focus on it. It just looked like football was the path to go. I ended up going there, and I thought I was going to be able to play both sports, football and baseball. When I got there, the football coaches were like, "No, you're not playing. You're not playing baseball. You're playing spring football." So. Okay, ends up I played 2 football seasons at Rhode Island, transferred back to UAlbany, played baseball, and then was going to play football. I had to sit out with the transfer rules. They actually made you sit out a year back then. So I had to sit out for football, and I got pretty good at baseball. So I decided to just focus on that, and I ended up a couple years later getting drafted by the Braves. Played a couple years in the minor league system for the Atlanta Braves. Met a lot of great people, learned some great stuff. And then when my playing career was over, I decided to come back, and I ended up coaching at Bishop McGinn High School with my father in football, with Rich Hurley in basketball, and I was actually the head baseball coach there for 5 years. So that was just kind of like, Bishop McGinn was a fabric of my life growing up all the way through. So I was excited to kind of give back to them, and and then. It just kind of worked out where I coached some years at McGinn, did 4 years at Troy High coaching football, and then this opportunity opened up in 2018, and I just felt like it was the best thing for our community, for my family. I know I had a lot to offer to Niskayuna, and I just went all in on the hoop program, and then they got me to coach football a couple years back, and now this is what we do. So very exciting.
Basketball got to be your favorite though, right?
You know what? I do. Coaching basketball is like, it's nonstop.
What about playing?
Oh, playing basketball was so fun.
Which sport was your favorite?
I probably worked at basketball the most out of any of them. You know, I played the most. It's all you did. You played pickup, right? You went to the park, you played pickup. You know, played down at the VI against this
Speaking
guy.
of jealousy, that's when I came in. I was like, I'm jealous of that jump shot.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. A lot of speed and a lot of agility later. So, but yeah, no, I enjoy all of it. I like being around athletics. I feel like I'm pretty good at what I do, and I just like giving these guys opportunities to succeed. Really, is what it comes down to.
What I'll say in closing is that I'll just say this in short: is Section 2 is better for you being a part of basketball in this section. You know what I mean? Bringing all that ton of talent, things that we didn't even know about. You know what I mean? Playing at that level, you can truly relate to the athlete because you are epitome of a bona fide athlete playing 3 sports. So you can relate to these guys, and it shows in the Niskayuna program.
Thank you so much.
It definitely shows because you got just the time management alone.
Yes.
You know, that's huge. So
I appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you having.
Yes.
All right, appreciate you having me.